Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about origin and development of entrepreneurship in India. So what we are going to talk about? We are going to talk about the evolution. We are going to talk about how this entrepreneurship has evolved in India over a period of time. What are the policies which have been inculcated or introduced before the independence, after the independence, and how this is helping the Indian economy. So let's get started. So let's understand about the history of it. So when I talk about the medieval age, India has been the one of oldest and most civilized business in histories. During the Harappan civilization around 2700 BC, there was internal and external trade culture. And also due to the most foreign countries recognize the entrepreneurial skill, it has increased the trade during the era of the Mughal rule as well. The popularity of the Indian products such as art, Vedic tools, food much more attracted the attention of different parts of the world. The Arab, mainland, Western and colonial countries and African countries were major parties which were involved in the trade. At the same time, different countries like UK, France, Portugal expanded their colonies in the different part of the world. But in India, East Indian Company has started the business with basically they have come for the trade in India and they have expanded their business and also their colonial rule. Talking about the modern and pre-independence era, so let's understand the major contributors for the Indian entrepreneurship. So, the first cotton textile mill was revolutionized in 1854 by the Indian entrepreneur called as Kawasi Dover. It was the India's boldest step in the modern development of the entrepreneurship development. After that, Jamshedji Tata founded the company Tata Group in the same year, 1868. With the foundation of the Tata Group, he has created a bar for the entrepreneurship development in India. In 1874, cotton mill by J.R.D. Tata, disco by Doraji Tata. In 1932, Tata Airlines, Tata Steel Plant, and more were the high-rated business in India. At the same time, it has also played a major role in the various independence initiatives. Post-independence. So basically, after the independence, we all know that there was not much left in the economy. So what Prime Minister Nehru did, basically he adopted the economic structure in the line of the Soviet Union. Now we call it as Russia. So what he did, he gave a push to the new industrial policy in the 1956 when they tried to bring the reforms of the industrialization. So economic reforms were carried out in the initial phase of the governance. Also the prominent economists adopt the Mahalanobis model, which primarily aims to support the entrepreneurs. Transformation of the entrepreneurship in India. So we are going to talk about the different types of policies here. First is the new economic policy 1991, and the policy was further extended or further expanded in the year 2022. So when we talk about the new economic policy, that is also called as the LPG policy, which has the three aspects, which is called as the liberalization, privatization and globalization. So when I talk about liberalization, basically it provides some provision in the different parts of the industry. It boosts the private sector, includes the bank and the stock market. When we talk about the privatization, it is the disinvestment of the public firms and reduce the burden of the national entrepreneurs for the good business. When we talk about globalization, it welcomes the FDIs, FPIs, create the special economic zone and economic corridors for the foreign companies. When I talk about the further extension of the economic policy 2022, major steps were taken in that particular policy to boost the nationalization and the creation of the Atmanirbhar Bharat. Aftermath. The major objective of the economic reform, which has also served the transformation of the entrepreneurship in India. So, before this policy, basically the entrepreneurship was based on the model of the traditional industries and the agro based industry. However, after the implementation of the policy, major changes were seen in the technology such as rise of Infosys, TCS, Wipro, HCL and more. Also in the automobile, Maruti, Tata, Mahindra, Bajaj were also emerging. But there is a limitation to this policy as it favors the big company and does not provide support to the small or the new startup to take off. Growth of startups. In the year 2016, startups started to grow. There are some key aspects of the startup initiative whose main objective is to provide and lend support to the entrepreneurship development in India. By the year 2015, startups were revamped in India. Moreover, India is also known as the poster child of the emerging market. Some of the key aspects of the 2016 startup initiatives are as follows. The MSME ministry swung into the action by supporting small and micro firms, which was lacking in the previous policy. The Make in India initiative, which allow entrepreneurship to come in India and start their business in India so that the import could be reduced and export could be higher. The Niti Aayog scheme was also launched. The objective is to develop skills and provide the training to become the skill resource, which is the Skill India. Right? New innovators and potential entrepreneurs are also helping their business in the Indian market daily. If you consider the entrepreneurship growth in India since 1990, you will see a sharp jump in every year. Entrepreneurship in the economy. So when we talk about the indirect impact, that means they are not readily visible, but these are there, which is helping the economy, such as money flow in the market. The flow of money in the economy is as important as anything. The more it flows, the healthier the economy is. The enterprise help the economy to flow in the market by creating employment, increasing the production and consumption. Then we have the infrastructural development. Startups thrive in the ecosystem. When an ecosystem is formed in a particular city, it increases the infrastructure of that particular city. For example, we see Gurgaon, we see Greater Noida, we see Hyderabad, we see Bangalore. So when the startups were arising there, they have also increased, or for the betterment of infrastructure has been found there. Then these cities also provide the indirect employment. So direct employment is the employment created by the enterprise or the entrepreneurship within the business, but that is not the only employment created by that particular enterprise. Entrepreneurship also creates a lot of indirect jobs. For example, in that particular area, infrastructure development creates the need for more hotels, create the requirement of the transportation. It also increase the related activities, related services, food joints, health centers. Then we have salons. Everything is required, just not just the basic activity, not just the basic services, right? Importance of entrepreneurship to the economy of India. So obviously it has positives, it has the importance. That is why we are talking about the entrepreneurship in first place. So when you're not a job seeker, when you're not looking for a job, but you are providing a job, you are creating wealth for you, you're creating wealth for the economy. That means the standard of living would be higher. You would not be just creating the wealth, you would be already be creating the capital as well. So you would be improving the standard of living and generating capital. Let's dive into the details of the economic development provided by the entrepreneurs. So basically, new products and services produced by the entrepreneurs can fuel the economic development of the companies concerned. It is also true in the areas of need of support new business. For example, the boom of IT industries in 1990, the industry grew rapidly and helped many other businesses. Businesses have grown in related sectors such as call center operations, network repair firms, hardware suppliers. So these have also evolved, such as related industries have evolved after the inception of the new entrepreneurs. Contribution of entrepreneurs to the national profit. So is entrepreneur only provide the entrepreneurship is he only providing the employment to the economy? No, there are multiple things, there are multiple benefits which are arise due to the entrepreneurship, which is expands into the new market, it increases the wealth, it increases the capital, it provides the new and better products, it also provides the higher tax revenues, which can also further be utilized in the economy for the various welfare purposes. So that's the contribution which is provided by one entrepreneur into the profit of the national economy. So not there only economic benefit, there are certain social benefits, social change which are provided, initiated, facilitated by the entrepreneurs. That is, they breaks the tradition, they provide something new, they provide something which was not existing in the first place. They also improve the quality of life, such as the smartphone industries has continues to grow. Tech entrepreneurship will have a huge and long-term impact on the planet. Definitely, we see that smartphone has everything. So you don't require the outdated products, such as you do not require a calculator, you do not require a watch, you do not require a notepad, you do not require a pager, you do not require a camera. Nothing else is required once you have that smartphone in your pocket. Everything is with you, you can access to anything. So that is the idea behind this smartphone, has actually provided benefits to larger part of the society, not just the revenue part of it. Now coming to the most important aspect of the need of the entrepreneurship for the economic growth. So what are the all benefits which are there? We have covered by and large, that is innovation. We have just talked about the smartphone industry. So definitely they has brought innovative practices and innovative products, and they are still evolving. They are still providing uh, better technology, more advanced technology. So that is rampant, that is ongoing, that is going to be pervasive. So that's the one of the important feature or important need which is there or required for the economic growth. Employment is one of the most important aspect, because one economy cannot be dependent on the government for providing the employment opportunities. So it has to has its own back. That means it has to has own mindset of the entrepreneurship. That is, they should be much motivated for starting up their own business. Definitely government support is required for providing such ecosystem, such as Startup India is one of the example in India, Skill India, Digital India. So these campaigns are basically helping the youth, helping the economy to be self-reliant in terms of the employment opportunities. Now, talking about the living standard or the standard of living is basically directly proportional to the employment. The more employed people would be there, more people would be having money in their pockets. Definitely they will be purchasing more products, they will be purchasing better products, the quality of life would increase, the standard of living would be better. So from rural they would be migrating to the urban areas, they would be creating the areas which are semi urban, right? So that would be the part of it, the need of entrepreneurship is that much required, that creates the better standard of living. Talking about the social change, social entrepreneurship is a modern term that encourages the entrepreneurs to bring about the change in the society. So basically, when we talk about the social change, it breaks the norms, it breaks the outdated systems, it creates the acceptability towards the new and the challenging methods, innovative methods, so that people do not do the previous or old tasks which they were doing. For example, now we have the washing machine. We don't wash the clothes by our own hands. We do not require it. So it provides a better standard of living. It provides a change in the society as well. Research and development. Research and development are also the part and the parcel of the innovation. So when you are innovating, you require a research and development. So you would not be sticking to the old stigmas, you would not be sticking to the old methods, you would be reinventing yourself, you would be coming up with the better ideas, you would be coming with better methods of doing things, and that would be the result of the research and development, right? Now let's recap what we have already discussed. So far we have talked about the benefits, the importance, the contribution of entrepreneurship, not just to India, it is to the world, right? So let's understand in the national concept, but we can also relate to the various economies, such as contribution to the national profit. Obviously, when it is the entrepreneurship is increasing, you are increasing the profit of not only yours but also the national profit. You also bring about the social change, you also strive new methods, you provide the better technology, you provide the better ideas, you provide the better way of doing business, better processes. So that is there with the entrepreneurship. Economic development is one of the example we have already talked about. Economic development will be there when you will there will be more entrepreneurs, they will be providing better goods and services, they would be helping in the better infrastructure of that particular area, state, for example, and also they would be providing better tax revenues, right? Then we have the innovation. We have discussed about the research and development leading to the innovation. We have talked about the employment opportunities would rise. So you not just be employing yourself, you would be employing to other 100 people. For example, Infosys is there, Wipro is there. So they have not just Tata is there, for example, your Reliance is there. So these companies started as small business one fine day and evolved into the multi-millionaire industry. Then the standard of living, not for you but also for the other people, would also rise, and that would lead to the progress. As we see the example of USA and China, both are somewhat dependent on their entrepreneurship, not only the aid provided, not only the system provided by the government. So that's my submission. I would like to ask for the thank. And this brings us to the end of this particular session. I would like to thank you for listening to this video.